Lil.
Alright, what's up, family? So, we talking about the Lil Durk situation, and OTF Jam, he giving it all up. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, the streets is dead. We finna go ahead and break this video down.
Durk took some major losses today in court. Today might have been the worst day for Lil Durk since this trial have started. Obviously, the world already knows OTF Jam, Lil Durk's #1 shooter, took the stand against him and gave a powerful testimony. We'll get there. But before OTF Jam even testified, Lil Durk was already taking losses. The prosecutors did a really great job at attacking the OTF Vani theory that Lil Durk's defense team explored in their opening statement. Lil Durk's defense team said OTF Vani is the mastermind, not Lil Durk. OTF Vani was there when King Von died. He had all the motive. He wanted Quando Rondo dead more than anyone else wanted Quando Rondo dead. He was the most motivated to attack Quando Rondo, so he's the one responsible for this. Well, the prosecutor played an unreleased music video of Lil Durk murdering a Quando Rondo lookalike. And this was to point out, no, Lil Durk wanted Quando Rondo and his associates dead just as much as OTF Vani wanted Quando Rondo and his associates dead.
There was a crazy moment in court today when they finally played Lil Durk's unreleased Redman music video. They didn't play the whole video and they didn't even play the song, but they played the intro with sound. And I'm not gonna lie, it was looking like a great video. It was looking like a big budget video. They had an actor that looked just like Quando Rondo. He was dressed in the outfit that Lil Tim was wearing when King Von got killed. I believe the video was made by infamous video maker Jerry Production, who's produced a lot of videos for Durk as well as Von. I'm not gonna lie, the video looked fire. It looked big budget, but obviously what was bad was it showed Lil Durk sliding in the back of a van with what looked like a Mac, but it's like, sort of like a mini machine gun type gun, pulling up on this Quando Rondo lookalike, shooting him dead in the street, shooting him on the ground, standing over him, pulling off his mask and revealing that it was Durk that did it. Now,
are you serious? How the hell they get an unreleased music video? I didn't see this. Y'all let me know in the comments, when did that drop? Are you serious? Oh, that's bad, bro. That's bad, and that's hard to defend. That's hard to defend.
I'm not going to lie, the video looked fire. I wish I could have watched the whole thing, but obviously it wasn't a great look for the jury. And what made it even worse is it had all this dramatic kind of movie-style score music in the background. And if I'm real with you, it really built up a vibe. It really built up this kind of terrifying murder, true crime vibe in the video that I'm sure Durk is probably regretting from when he made that video.
Brian Steele is amazing. I don't think Brian Steele's response to this was effective. I don't think he argued effectively for Lil Durk in this particular situation. Now, my best bet is Lil Durk filmed this music video before them boys went to LA and tried to murder Quando Rondo and ultimately murdering his cousin. I think he filmed this beforehand. Once they actually did what he was manifesting, he didn't drop the video because he realized it was going to make him too hot. That's what I believe took place. Now, Brian Steele brought up the fact that Quando Rondo also murdered a Lil Durk lookalike in his music video, which to me was not a good idea, because wouldn't that just prove, Lil Durk and Quando Rondo had intense beef? Lil Durk wanted Quando Rondo dead because Quando Rondo also wanted Lil Durk's dead, so Lil Durk got all the motive to murder her, right? Like to me, I love Brian Steele. I did not really look at this as Brian Steele's best work.
But it was very interesting because Brian Steele kind of clapped back. He said that this video is art. He pointed out that Quando Rondo had also made a video where they depicted Durk getting shot and killed. It was interesting because they showed a screenshot of the Lil Durk lookalike in the video. That was shown by the prosecution. But weirdly, they didn't show the music video for that. So weirdly, the prosecution didn't actually bring up the video now because I kind of know a little bit too much about this case. I know that it's the song Soul Reaper, right? I got it for you there. I just looked it up and double checked. But it's the song Soul Reaper where they had a Lil Durk lookalike, and they didn't even bring this up. I'm surprised they didn't bring this up, but Lul Pab, the actual victim, is in that video killing Lil Durk. They didn't bring that up. I'm surprised they didn't. But regardless of that, that was shown.
Wow, I didn't know that. So Lil Pab, the one that got killed, was acting like he was killing Lil Durk? See, well, then that's what I'm saying, y'all. There's always these consequences to your fucking actions. I'm not saying what happened to Lil Pab is good, but when you doing shit like this, see, I didn't know he was overdoing it. I didn't know he was overdoing it. That's overdoing shit. Once you start mocking niggas like that and shit go down and shit, shit go down.
That's part of when they showed the Quando Rondo interview with Angela Yee in the back of the Rolls Royce, and they pointed out he's in a Rolls Royce. Look at the headrest. They didn't say why, but they're obviously going to introduce the evidence later on that Durk had lyrics where he's talking about that Rolls better be bulletproof. We're going to shoot at the stars. But anyway, Brian Steele kind of brought forward a bunch of stuff to basically say, look, You didn't question Quando Rondo's art when he had a lookalike that, you know, a Durk lookalike that was killed in the Soul Reaper video. You're judging Durk's art. He said,
I don't understand this defense at all. Quando Rondo is not on trial for murder. If Quando Rondo would have murdered Lil Durk after making a music video about murdering Lil Durk, Quando Rondo's art would be at play here. Quando Rondo's art would be interrogated. Quando Rondo's art, right, would be dissected. They got no reason to go ahead and look at it. Again, I don't understand this at all. To me, I feel like the best defense of this was, bruh, he filmed this beforehand. He filmed this before this happened. He had no intentions. Bruh, it's a rap beef. They're rappers, right? But that don't mean that he did anything. This don't mean that, you know, he participated in this murder with OTF Jam and OTF Vonnie and OTF Doodie. As a matter of fact, you guys don't even have any messages of him. There's better ways to argue this than, well, Quando Rondo also had a music video. Okay, yeah, that just means they was going back and forth. They had an ongoing beef. They had a beef that was so serious they both wanted to kill each other. Lil Durk was just successful in killing somebody next to Quando Rondo, but they still beefing. Right. Now, it doesn't help Durk, right, that the victim, Lul Pab, is actually in the music video murdering Durk. Hold on. They also revealed some text messages that Lil Durk had with Doodie Lo, where Lil Durk is sending Doodie Lo Quando Rondo's number and apparently another guy's number that was gonna help Doodie Lo track down Quando Rondo and get his low. But here's the thing though, there are other messages between Doodie Lo and somebody who's currently unknown. They suspect that is Lil Durk, but due to some type of voodoo encryption that Lil Durk did, they can determine if the messages that Doodie Lo is sending back and forth discussing Quando Rondo's location is with Lil Durk or somebody else. Lil Durk has had 17 different phone numbers in the last like 4 to 5 years.
Okay, so there was some crazy evidence that was shared today. I'm going to be very careful about what I say. I don't want Durk's team to scream at me outside the courtroom telling me to delete everything like they did today. But look, I'm just going to be careful about what I say. They brought up some of these Doodie Lo messages. There were messages back and forth with Doodie Lo. Now, I want to just be very careful what I say. It seemed like they were inferring that Durk was kind of going back and forth in these messages. But I don't know if that can be 100% proven. They were saying that there were a lot of messages that were deleted. Durk's efforts to apparently delete his messages very regularly seemed like he was actually having some success with deleting these messages, okay? It seemed to suggest that Doodie Lo had gone back and forth with somebody that was saved as Slime Life Shorty. Now, I know Slime Life Shorty is someone in Atlanta who was brought up in, you know, the Young Thug situation, and there was even kind of a, you know, a whole thing where, you know, Young Thug had dropped that song, talk about Slime Life Shorty, you know, I hope you put down your 40, but it seemed like that was what Doodie had Durk saved as, but I can't be 100% sure. But
Durk would be better off if the messages was him. He'll be better off if the messages was him. But he better get on bended knees, man, and pray those messages ain't between Doodie Lo and the real Slime Life Shorty. I don't know Slime Life Shorty like that, man. Young Thug have rapped in multiple songs that Slime Life Shorty is a rat. So if that's the real Slime Life Shorty they're talking about, what are the odds that Durk had nothing but informants around him, man? What are the odds that somebody who's as careful as Lil Durk is, Durk was deleting messages, Durk had like 5 different numbers, Durk got rid of his iCloud, Durk wasn't texting about nothing. What are the odds that somebody this careful would have nothing but informants around him?
Context of the conversations seemed to have Doodie kind of going back and forth with Durk. They basically seemingly had a bit of a celebration. So what was interesting, right, was apparently Doodie Lo had done a reaction, like a laughing reaction, to a message that said no, which was right after Quando Rondo was screaming on the street no over Lil Pab's body. Now, they had basically recovered that reaction, but what they didn't have was the original messages. So we don't know for sure, but it seemed like it would have been a reaction to Durk's message saying no, but we don't have that. And then basically we saw this back and forth with Doodie Lo, and basically before anyone says Doodie Lo's telling or he's cooperating or anything like that, the feds basically said that they had numerous warrants for numerous iCloud accounts with Doodie Lo. It was hot for Doodie Lo, and the feds were onto him, and clearly they I don't know how they did it. I don't know if he even know they got it, but they got all of his iCloud info from his phone. But basically,
so how was Doodie Lo free hugging India when she walked out the courtroom? Can somebody answer that question? How is Doodie Lo free if the feds don't Doodie Lo? They so that you telling me the feds just want Lil Durk? They don't care about nothing else.
They went back and forth. Doodie Lo had apparently said to this person, it was saved in his phone, keep your head on slime. In the pain, I'm with you for life. Sorry, no, this was the person said to Doodie Lo, keep your head on slime. I'm in this pain, I'm with you for life. I'm drilling about this shit. Doodie Lo said, I love you, slime. They said, I love you back, Slat. It's up about this shit. After that, this person was messaging Doodie Lo saying, where you at? I'm at the crib. Doodie Lo saying, call me. And then that person that saved the Slime Life shorty sends Doodie Lo Quando Rondo's number. And he says, Quando's number. They said it's one of his phones. And then the next day, there's a message back and forth where that person that saved the Slime Life shorty, that it seemed like it could have been Durk, but not 100% confirmed at this stage. They basically said, I've got an N-word from Savannah who got drops. Obviously, Savannah, Georgia is where Quando Rondo is from. Drops his locations. And Durk says, this is him. You want his number? Doodie Lo says, yeah. And he sends the number. Now, obviously, it was made very clear nothing was necessarily slid about. They never tried to do a drive-by on Lil Tim or anything like that in Savannah. But obviously, these messages were going back and forth, and it's not a great look. But
when most people hear that or read those messages, the thing that they're focused on is Lil Durk. Man, was that Lil Durk? The thing I'm focused on, man, I don't even give a damn about the Lil Durk aspect. What I'm maybe my mind just works different. What I'm focused on is Doodie Lo. Hold on, Doodie Lo is in 4K doing all of this and he's not on trial? Hold on. Yep. Doodie Lo was confirmed in court, by the way, by OTF Jam. Shout out to Remo. But OTF Jam confirmed that Doodie Lo was co-conspirator number 4.
All right, it's actually about to come out in the courtroom within today or the next couple of days, but there's been some text messages that's been leaked out in the courtroom, and pretty much a day after Vaughn died, Durk texts Doodie Lo and Quando's number and the number of someone in Savannah who might be able to get his location. That was actually said in court. It's actually going to come out to find out that, well, you guys are actually going to find out that Doodie Lo is actually co-conspirator number 4, and it was actually not Brick Baby, so everybody who's been saying Brick Baby is
So how the fuck, so co-conspirator number 4, so Doodie Lo is co-conspirator number 4, and they said Brick Baby was snitching, and so are they saying Doodie Lo was hold on.
Yeah, you can tell that it's not Brick Baby. Doodie Lo is actually allegedly the person who dropped the location, and he's going to be named as co-conspirator 4. If you guys already ain't read between the lines already.
How is he
but just because his name is co-conspirator 4 doesn't mean that he is snitching. I don't believe Doodie Lo is snitching because, I mean, at the end of the day, you just seen him out there with Lil Durk's lawyers and shit. So, like, nah, he's not snitching or anything. But Doodie Lo is co-conspirator 4 from what I see, as it says he's the person who allegedly dropped the location. Who else, I mean, around OTF could drop the location? If you guys go back into your research, you can kind of see everything lines up. But, hey.
Co-conspirator number 4 gave the drop. We already said he gave the drop to OTF Jam, OTF Vani. He worked with the Rolling 60s in getting Quando Rondo's location when Quando Rondo was in LA. He was a part of the murder plot. So if he's that involved, why wouldn't he be on trial right now? 2 things, the snitching thing, right? He's either cooperating, but I don't feel like he's cooperating because like I said before, he's being embraced by Lil Durk's family. Lil Durk's wife is giving him a hug. The father's giving him a hug. This ain't no secret, right? Lil Durk and them could have looked at that indictment and they know exactly what happened. So they would have known who co-conspirator number 4 is. So I don't think he's snitching. What I do think is, man, right after this is a RICO. That's already been approved. Like the indictments was severed. So the RICO starts right after this trial. I think this is being saved for the RICO, man. Yeah. Yo, Doodie Lo, yo, listen, bro. Yo, look at this, yo. Look, Doodie Lo was trying to get Quando Rondo's location. Yo, they was doing this in furtherance of the gang.
Right. So my question is, how is Doodie Lo free if he's co-conspirator number 4? Now, they going to lock him up beginning of the RICO? Like, I don't know how this is working. Y'all let me know in the comments.
It makes no sense why Doodie Lo is not on trial right now. He's going to be in that RICO. He better not get too comfortable, man. Now, the worst part of today was probably OTF Jam's testimony, man. This is just, yo, bro, I damn near shed a tear for Lil Durk, man. Yo, that man took the stand and said, man, Lil Durk ain't forget about me when I was in jail. Everybody else forgot about me when I went to jail. Lil Durk ain't forget about me, man. And you understand by to get this man life in prison, man. This is just sickening. The prosecutors asked OTF Jam, how did you get the location for Quando Rondo? He responded, Doodie Lo and OTF DD hopped on a FaceTime. He gave OTF DD the location. So apparently they were setting up Quando Rondo with a weed man. Now, who that weed man is, we don't know. But y'all should find out quickly. That weed man should be banned and barred from selling weed ever again. Shouldn't the weed man be like the United Nations? This is like a neutral territory, man. You don't smoke nobody when they go to the weed man. But apparently the weed man was working with OTF this entire time. So he had Quando Rondo's location. So Quando Rondo was initially at a residential area before being moved to the hotel. It looks like he, again, learned a lesson, crazy. Right? Because
I'm going to tell you right now, for that money, it don't matter who you know. It be your best friend, man. For that money, niggas will give you up. I'm telling you that right now. Niggas got the right pay. The Rolling 60s, Quando Rondo's people gave him up. The weed man gave him up. It's just about some money. That's all this shit come down to. It just come down to some money. You will get back door because a nigga. You will get back door because a nigga want you. He got the money to have you to get you back door. This shit crazy, cuz. Keep it so real.
If Pop Smoke was gonna be at a hotel, Pop Smoke would have been safe right now. So they go, yo, he gave Didi the location. He tells Didi the weed man. So the original plan was the weed man was gonna say, yo, I'm outside. And then once Quando Rondo gets outside, they were gonna smoke him. But this was when Quando Rondo was gonna be at the residential, well, like at the house that he was renting. It looks like Quando Rondo got tipped off to this, or Quando Rondo had a bad feeling, and then they moved from the house to the hotel. So from the B&B to the hotel. Now, that weed man is a dummy as well, because, like, what do you think is gonna happen to you? Like, if the last message is, hey, I'm outside, and then Quando Rondo go outside and you're not there, and then he gets killed, who do you think they're coming to first? You. So okay, let's continue, okay? So OTF Jam says he and his crew were already outside of a residential area that Quando Rondo was staying. This is before Quando Rondo moved to the hotel. So OTF Jam says Quando Rondo then proceeds to come outside. Prosecution, so you didn't have the gun? No. Didi takes the gun away from me. They says, what does Didi do with the gun? Jim says he aims it at the window. They out here lacking. Look, we can get their ass. So then, but for some reason, they never got Quando Rondo at that area.
So they just talking, bro. I mean, they OTF Jam, and now they snitching on each other. Streets is dead, bro. They talking about they out there lacking. Like, they out there, we can get their ass right now. They probably peeped the scene. It was too hot. It was stupid. See how eager they is to do this shit? And Durk, man. I wonder how much money they thought they were get.
So OTF Jam says Quando even comes out and tries getting on a scooter. At first, we didn't know which one was Quando. They all like Bape. We only knew it was Quando because he pulled his shiesty and you could see his grills. How comes you guys didn't do it? We seen one police unit fly up the street and another follow right after it. Then what happened? One car went one way and another went the other. Quando Rondo has to be the most unaware person on planet Earth. Bro, you see two vehicles, both white BMWs outside at your residential area. You then hop in your black truck at the hotel, miles away, and you look and you see the same cars trailing you. You know, like, you don't think, oh, okay, yeah, like something is up here.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. Like, that's just, yeah, nah, he's just so unaware, right? Just so unaware.
Yeah.
But this also tells you, yo.
But, you know, at the same time, he's just in a situation where he's in LA, he's doing his regular routine. Maybe he just wasn't on point. He just wasn't on, you know, when you're not in the trenches, my nigga, you just be, you know what I'm saying? So it's a damn shame that he did have to experience that, you know, how, whatever it is. Because truth be told, Von was tripping that night, bro. I know we all hate to say that shit, you know what I'm saying, because he was y'all favorite rapper and shit. He was my favorite rapper, but Von was tripping that night. So I don't think Quando Rondo exactly expected, like, he already got his ass with Von died. I don't think he was expecting that to go down. However, I know the beef is the beef, so, you know, it is what it is. They trying to kill his ass. They failed miserably. They got Lul Pab. Apparently Lul Pab was trolling hard as hell too. So I guess that was one up for them, but I know they want Quando Rondo. And it's just so stupid, y'all. Now they facing Rico and everybody snitching. Everybody involved in this shit snitching like a motherfucker. All that overstreet shit. All that we can catch him. All that they lacking shit. That shit going out the window now. Now they going to jail and the shit not cool no more.
This was like a different level of like, there's just an element of sinister to it. They didn't even know who Quando Rondo was. They did,
right?
They couldn't even recognize who like Quando Rondo was,
right?
But they was outside trailing him, trying to murder him,
right?
So OTF Jam also said on the stand, man. Shout out to Seti Nash, man. He's been doing some great work and great updates, man. OTF Jam also said that Lil Durk told him to kill Quando Rondo when identifying Lil Durk in the courtroom. So yes, OTF Jam,
wow,
pointed at Lil Durk. Okay.
Wow.
OTF Jam also admitted to
y'all know how. Okay, so I don't know if you've ever been told on before, but even like when somebody telling on you, just take court out of it. Something everybody can experience. Let's say your siblings or a friend of yours when they tell on you. Everybody got told on before. When they telling you, they point their finger at you. You know how that make you feel when somebody point their finger at you like this and say, "He did it. He did this." It's like, damn. So imagine doing all this shit with your quote-unquote brothers, your vultures, and now they on stand saying, yeah, the nigga that was supposed to feed me for the rest of my life, he did that shit. The one who didn't, the one who looked after me, all this blase, blase, blah. Niggas ain't going to jail. Niggas is not going to jail for another nigga. Yeah, I'm going to tell y'all this, and I'm going to say it again. Niggas don't care about you. Niggas is not going to jail for you for life. Jam did 12 years because Jam did 12 years. He did that 12 years and said, I'm not going back. So now it's time to go back to jail. Y'all think this nigga just finna keep throwing his fucking life away? No. Because in Jam eyes, he got a life. He got a wife. And I heard Jam baby mama got killed, all type of shit. Like, in Jam head, Jam got a real, is a human being. He got shit going on, even though he made these crazy ass decisions. But that's the point. Like, stay out the fucking streets, y'all. It's not worth it. Because if you don't throw your life away, they look at you like a bitch. I heard Jam baby mama and them got killed because he was snitching. They found out he was snitching earlier. So imagine your baby mama get killed. All type of shit. The same girl who probably told you, man, babe, don't go back to jail. All type of shit. Like, come on, y'all. This shit sick. This shit ugly. This shit don't get no. This shit ain't real. So if y'all out here doing that shit, who give a fuck about y'all going home and seeing y'all families? Because y'all out here taking people for their families with no remorse. So shit. And then look, shit, now Lil Durk snitching. Everybody snitching, bro. This shit is so dead. Stay the fuck out the street.
3 murders off the dribble. To 3 murders off the dribble, Racine and WI. He did a headshot. His OG said kill him. Oh, this was the robbery, by the way. Oh, yeah. That was the robbery. So apparently they did a robbery. Somebody got shot. The OG told him to kill the dude because the dude was going to be like a witness, right, if they ever get caught. This is just unfortunate, man. A lot happened today. Now, OTF Jam is being cross-examined tomorrow by Brian Steele. Brian Steele, again, is a phenomenal lawyer, bro. I just don't know if Lil Durk can overcome all of this, man. This is just a lot.
I mean, it's going to be a lot. We knew it was going to be a lot from the jump. And if he did it, then he did it. They got the evidence for it. And people going to snitch on him because nobody going to jail for Lil Durk. And they finna pin everything on Lil Durk so everybody can go home and get a free... Get out of a getaway free card. That's what they want to do. They try to send Lil Durk under the jail. And everybody going to snitch on him, so he just trying to snitch on everybody. This is it's going to come down to. It's going to be Lil Durk versus his crew. Ain't no more OTF after this. Because the whole OTF damn is only the family. My ass. Only the failures. Because y'all ass out here tweaking. It don't make no sense to have all this money and success and be going through this dumb shit for what? You didn't get no cool points for this shit, G. Slide for Vaughn, my black ass. Now you facing RICO charges, murder for hire. Like, there's another trial after this. Even if y'all understand, even if he beat this shit, there's another trial after this. a RICO trial, more people gonna get locked up, including Doodie Lo. This shit far from over, bro. They could say, you know, all right, Lil Durk, he beat all of this shit. That motherfucker got a whole nother case coming up. I think like 2 or 3 of them. You think, you mean to tell me he gonna beat all of those and come home? I mean, hey, nothing's impossible, but this shit, he gonna do some time for this shit, y'all. It's gonna be sad as hell, but this is what it is. This is what it is. So, I appreciate y'all for tuning in to Evan Seals TV, man. Y'all go ahead and like and comment and subscribe, please. Yeah, man. We on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Peace out.